Hi, and welcome to an upcoming series about how to create complex macros in GMA2. This is actually a remake from a video that I did previously. That was my first try. I'm completely new to that topic of creating YouTube videos, so be kind with me. But ignore the announcement in the second video about having a major music upgrade and everything, because now we have this here too. Yeah. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make a macro that copies those colors, which are auto-created presets for all of our groups, and we apply them to a group and store them in the empty preset slots. In the beginning, when you start a macro, it helps really much to apply three essential questions, which are: first, what do I want the macro to do? The second one would be, what are the first steps to achieve the goal? And the third one is, what variables do we need to achieve this goal? So let's wrap this up. Question 1, it's quite simple. We want our macro to select our group, apply a color from an existing preset, and store it in an empty preset slot. Quite simple. Then we wanted to adjust certain numbers and repeat that process, so we have the next color in the next preset slot, and so further and so on. So here we also directly answer the second questions: what are the first steps? Basically, three things: select the group, apply a color, and store it in an empty preset. So now to question 3, what variables do we need? Quite simple, also answered in the first question already. We have 3 variables that we need to adjust, which are gonna change. What we're gonna do is first delete the old one. And let's just get started again. So first of all, we set our variables. This we do by set val, and we start with a group ID. Group ID is 1, and we do the same for our color source. Set var color source is 1 as well, and then we want 1 for our preset destination. Set var preset destination is 15 actually. For those of you who don't know what variables are or what they are for, a little quick guide here. So variables are basically placeholders for your values, different values. It can be numbers, it can be text, it can be different kinds of executor buttons, for example, or different kinds of effect to just if you need to collect several effects, for example, in one command. You can use a variable to skip writing all those effect numbers over and over again. For example, when we say list var, you see a huge list with variables. Like very useful is selected fixture count is 0. This is one. As soon as you select a fixture, this value is going to change. This will help us for later macros, for example. And here you see I had executor buttons in one variable, since I'm gonna use those a lot. In this way, I don't need to write those numbers all the time. So this is what variables are, and yeah, they're gonna help us a lot, especially since you can add values to them. Text, numbers, crazy stuff. So that much about variables. Why now preset destination 15? Since 15 is the first empty preset slot that we want to work with. So far so good. Now we want to make sure that our variables here are not getting changed every time we repeat or we restart that macro. So we're gonna make a counter. It starts again. Don't forget the $sign. It's gonna fuck everything up every time. So if your macro stops working or doesn't work when you start it the first time, then it's likely because of a missing $sign. This is the missing semicolon of the grandin A, basically. So we copy this, and after this, we're just gonna set our counter. Set our counter to 2. And then the first 4 steps are just getting skipped. So now we go on to the essence of our second question. What are the first steps we want the macro to do? So we select the group ID. What this does is basically the same as when you just press group ID is 1, as we selected up here. So 1 and please. That's what this does. The next step would then be at preset 4 point color source.
Shut up and sit down.
And then restore this. Oh yeah, by the way, you can use shortcuts in here if you didn't know. So the programmer will just fill the rest in. So store at preset 4 point preset destination. Looks good. So that basically should already work. But let's try it out. So first, as always, save. Now we set our counter to 1. And we run it. And that looks perfect. Absolute mesmerizing. As we see, we have white for the spots. So yeah, that works. Let's clear this out and continue. The next step is, now that we have this, we want to change our values and repeat the macro. So first of all, for how long do we want to change certain values? You know, we have 13 different colors. As soon as we hit the 13th color and saved it, we want to change this one back to 1, and we want to get the next group up and come from preset slot 27 up to 29, so we have everything in a nice row. So let's do this. First of all, since we go with the color source, we can use the color source as a counter. As long as the color source is smaller than 14, since we have 13 colors, we add to preset type. Preset type is 1. And we do the same for color source is smaller, 14. And we do the same for the color source. Nice. So what do we want it to do when the color source hits 14? Let's make a condition. Color source is 14. So when the color source is 14, we add to the group ID. Group ID is 1. And then we... now it hits me lazy. All those writing. At our preset destination is 2. By the way, 2 because in the previous command lines we had only 1, end up at 27, and now we need to add 2 to end up at 29 with the next step in white, since we now start with the second group. To start with the second group, we also need to start back at white again. So now when color source hits 14, we reset our color source value. So set our color source is 1, so we are back at white. So what we now need to do is just restart the macro. And this we want to do until the group ID hits 7. Since we have 6 groups, so as soon as the group ID hits 7, the macro has no reason to run any longer. Go to macro, color macro, and we may not forget to label it also such. Color macro. Here we go. And a slot. Oh no, here I almost did something wrong. We want to speed programming. So now, if the group ID hits 7, group ID is 7, reset our counter. Set the counter is 1, and then we turn off the macro. So that's already it. Color macro. Yeah. Well, we did it, and in record time, if I might say so. So let's save, delete this real quick. Oh yeah, one thing here, for those that don't know, delete preset 4.15. Pool items have just their name, as you can see here, like group, effect, macro, these are all pools, but presets have a number. So we can't write delete color 14, we need to write delete preset 4.14. Yeah, that's just really good to know. It can create fails if you don't know how the syntax works in a way like that. Better to know in advance. Now we set our counter to 1 again. In future our app will do this for us. Counter. What do I have with my command? Counter is 1. And we save, and let's check it out. Oh, what do we have here? Why do you want to overwrite? Why do I keep doing that? Why is no one saying anything? So, alright, not preset type. I'm sure we need the preset destination. Preset type comes in the next video. So let's delete that one again. Delete preset 4.50 and try this again. And that looks horrible. Okay, we fucked something up. Let me just fix it real quick. Yeah. Well, who said programming is easy? Okay, oh yeah, for sure. We add to color source 1, since the color source is also our counter. Oh my god. Yeah, since the color source is also our counter, it didn't came up to change the group ID or anything else, so it ran eternally. So that should now So what happened here was I have the color source after the preset destination is added. So when we do this here, then the preset destination was already added since the color source wasn't 14 yet. So in fact, we need just 1. We make 2 adds here. So let's... Oh, actually, we forgot something. And that is restore. And what we want to do here is clear. Groups ID. I almost did it again. Damn me. For the completion's sake, let's do it again. Gotta have them all. We clear out and do it again. And now our programmer is as well clear, so that's really beautiful. If we now get to features, program only, here are pointers in white, red, orange, green. That works just fine. Clear this out. What have we have? Nice. Really simple macro. So absolutely no problems there. Except for those tiny ones. Okay. So that's it for this video. What we're gonna start in the next video is gonna tackle effects to the point where we come here and store those effects in executor buttons and create those cue lists to edit those effects live, and the swirl faders for sure. Yeah, so that was it for this video. Stay tuned. There will come likely more videos since people continue asking for it. Crazy folks, everyone has far too much time. Me too, it's a nice project, it's awesome to work with that, it actually makes a lot of fun. My first try, so yeah, thanks for watching and hope to see you next time. Ciao!